Unassigned traffic can lead to incomplete data, making it difficult to measure performance. Okay. Reasons for unassigned traffic include tracking implementation, incorrect UTM, ad blocker, session start, event missing, among others. Okay. That, yeah, I can see that happening. Um, use proper UTM tracking, auto tagging, channel grouping rules, and quality check your cross domain tracking. That definitely would be one. GA4 data and staying up to date with the best practice will help you track that and get better insight. Okay. And so I like to clean up the videos. They mentioned monitor, so I can use this one. I also like to put it into portrait mode. I have my text that I usually use and my blue color. I'm not really picky on getting it 100% right, but I like to have it there. And then I can always go my album. I've got some stuff here. Um, I want to get some more assets in here. I know my team's working on it, so I'm just gonna drop that there, let that be there. And I'm gonna remove this one because it was like two title entries. And now I've got
How to fix the unassigned
it's a
traffic in
content.
Google Analytics.
Pretty quick, right? Obviously, I mean, I'm running a business right now, and I'm leading up consulting mostly for this type of thing. But right now, I get to create these little pieces of content, and I'm doing this because I can show you guys how to generate leads ultimately for my affiliate program and make money. I'm trying to figure out like the all the very specifics about how it's going to be set up, but essentially, I'm going to pay for leads. I'm going to let you guys use these tools.
How to fix the unassigned traffic in Google Analytics 4. Unassigned traffic in Google Analytics 4 refers to traffic that cannot be assigned to other channel groups, and it can affect your analysis. Unassigned traffic can lead to incomplete data, making it difficult to measure the performance of your marketing channels. Reasons for unassigned traffic include tracking implementation issues, incorrect UTM tagging, ad blockers, and session_start event missing, among others. To fix unassigned traffic, ensure correct tracking installation, use proper UTM tagging, enable auto tagging, follow default channel grouping rules, and quality check cross-domain tracking. Regularly monitoring your GA4 data and staying up to date with best practices will help you track data and get better insights.
I might move this answer up just to see if I can play around with the order of the story. Annabelle's probably going to be in charge of that, but factor analysis to fix it. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Eh. I mean, it's a given that sentence. It was about it affects the quality of your analysis, but I don't know, man. Something tells me people won't know. Anyways, they won't know that it's important. So I can leave that part out and just kind of play it like this. Little 40-second joint. Right, but my same song. I'm trying to kind of train the listener.
Unassigned traffic can lead to
to know
incomplete
when they hear that, drum and bass, they're going to know that it's a BHT commercial
data,
type of thing.
making it difficult to
I know it's
measure
kind
the
of corny,
performance
but
of your
I like
marketing
drum and bass
channels.
a lot.
Reasons
I
for
want to try
unassigned
to
traffic. How to fix the unassigned
introduce it
traffic
to
in
some
Google
folks.
Analytics 4. To fix unassigned traffic, ensure correct tracking installation, use proper UTM tagging, enable auto tagging, follow default channel grouping rules, and quality check cross-domain tracking. Unassigned traffic can lead to incomplete data, making it difficult to measure the performance of your marketing channels. Reasons for unassigned traffic include tracking implementation issues, incorrect UTM tagging, ad blockers, and session_start event missing, among others. Regularly monitoring your GA4 data and staying up to date with best practices will help you track data and get better insights.
Yeah, that one's a snooze fest. Pretty boring, but very important topic nonetheless. You can see me. I'm freaking yawning over here. Um, so one of the big things that I'm here to do is to figure out ways to market it and make it more interesting. I've got someone coming in soon to work on CapCut, through CapCut on edits, transitions, things like that. I have a content team. Big shout out to Paul and Max, obvious, but they're doing a whole different project and always working on other stuff. Uh, I need separate teams within the same department in order to keep people focused. Now, one of the things that I've learned in this game is you can be a little messy like I am. I am going to put together training uh, for how I still stay in flow and get my stuff done, even though it looks like I'm in complete chaos. If you're watching me and I wasn't talking, it would look pretty crazy. But that said, I believe it's important to understand how to make sure that people don't divert their focus too much, including myself. And so I tried to use my own method of kind of leading with a very loose approach and setting people up for success and letting them kind of discover their own path to victory, if you will. But I can only really do that if I drop them off in an environment where they can explore, they have time to explore, they have time to learn it like the back of their hand, and then they can, push things forward when they want to. Um, I think there's something really important about that, and that philosophy comes from a lot of different places. But the thing that sticks to me is when I wasn't doing so well. Um, you know, I remember being at my home office, the theater room, the infamous theater room, and being like, "Damn." I was watching that Daewon Song video, and he mentioned that the reason he thinks he got so much better than everybody is because he just skated a lot more than everybody else. So when you get reps in and you spend time in the environment, it's one of those intangible things, I think. It's not about um, how much you were practicing doing tricks versus you're actually just in it. You do this, you live and breathe. You become one with your tool or whatnot. And when people are given that opportunity, I think it definitely pays back in dividends. Anyways, that's the only rant I've got. I promise I'll stop. Uh, okay, got some other stuff. Got that. Okay, don't need to show that. Uh, okay, a little bit more music, and I'm gonna show you guys some GTM stuff. uh, Limited GTM. So today, did some stuff with a base pixel code as well as a page view event for Pixel ID. So this is through Tag Manager. So Show you guys a little bit of that. I love Tag Manager. I think it's amazing. It's one of my favorite tools. One of the first ones I fell in love with, really. I can go here instead of searching inside of here. I can actually go here and look for the Quora template. No, I didn't show up. That's shitty. Since I already have it installed, I guess it's not going to show up, but it looks like this. So then you can go into these. You can obviously, I forgot how to do it. There is a way to go even deeper. I think it's in the template actually. Let me see. Those are variable templates versus a tag template. All right, anyways, this is a TikTok pixel template that I used. You can edit the template itself, so this allows you to build functionality directly in, and then you just, drop whatever you need to in here in order to use the template at that point. But the cool thing is you're pretty much unlimited by what you can do here. Um, Obviously, you want to run the code and make sure that it works. But I guess the thing that I'm really trying to say here is I could put any custom template together here. So tag templates, and I click new. I've got an untitled template, and I just call this, you know, um, BHT super pixel. And then I can even choose an image and say, actually, let me do this. Oh, here we go. All right, cool. So I can do this. Use only an image you have the right to use. I do have the right to use that. That's why I did that. Why is my image not loading? I'm not going to stress it. Okay, so yeah, I can just get that there. It said maximum size was messed up. And then you can add different fields. So I can do text inputs, check boxes. So if I wanted to like have a drop down menu, so this code is to fire an event, and then I get to pick the event that fires, right? Or we can have a parameter table. This could be really interesting. I'm thinking about using something similar to this whenever I finish up a project that I've got with a client where we are essentially using UTM parameters to create a variable inside of GTM, and that variable will house information from that UTM link that was clicked. So, in addition to the parameter values that can happen based on the event that happens, so events have parameters. I guess let's start there. Okay, so events. I can't show you guys client's actual backend. Sorry, it's just not happening. So events have parameters. Generate lead could have first name like that. It could have last name. It could have item variant. It can have email attached to it. It could be the user ID attached to it, and all these things could be available. And I've got some of them already in here as data layer variables: client ID, element ID, event ID. Okay, cool. That's as far as I got that one built out. So let's just build some new ones. So daily layer variables look like this, and I could literally just go email and go DLV email. Now I have a variable. It's just got to match. That's the catch, if you're wondering. They ain't gonna let me get to it that way. Damn. Is it because I just made it? Yeah. All right. So I had to go the long way to get there. Um, First name, last name. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I do have it. It went there though. Wrong place. Okay. So daily layer variable. Oops. First name. Fun. Last name. And again, obviously, you're not even going to be able to keep any of this information unless you have permission. Good thing for us, Google Tag Manager has a consent management beta. I haven't used it yet. I'm about to start a campaign though. So I'm really excited about that. What did I just type on? My bad. Item variant. I don't want that because we're not doing that. I want user information or user related stuff. Let's go here. Try to make this user ID thing match. If I'm being honest, I'm gonna have to look at reference from some client work I did in order to make sure that this matches correctly. Because this is the thing, if you don't type it in correctly, yeah, let's do it this way. Nope, I don't want to show that. All right, here we go. Ba 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 bow, wow, wow. Support. So if I go here, user ID, there's a whole section here, and you want to use the standard user ID metric here. So like this, build plus value, add user ID to any GA4 tag. This is how they want it. So the way I had it just a second ago is incorrect. That's not even a right page. All right, so that looks like that. There we go. Now we're in there. And let me just make sure this matches. Okay, cool. Great. This is all connected to if someone clicks to schedule a call. Okay. It doesn't matter what thing I add this to, it's just available now. So on top of that, imagine a world to where you can see UTM parameters as well. So this guy. So in addition to what I just put into GTM, what if I can also see the source, the medium, the campaign, term, content, source platform, creative platform, or creative format, and then marketing tactic. Keep in mind, this is what goes on the back half of the URL. So like this, Facebook, UTM Medium, uh, CPC, so cost per click, or yeah, you um, yeah, UTM campaign, Black Friday. Okay, great. We've got all those details, but on top of that, I also have what they might do. So this is coming from the traffic side. So they get to the site, they give me all that information as soon as they land on the page. The thing that's interesting is as soon as they complete an event, it doesn't have to just be this one. It could be a click, it could be next step click, it could be a Calendly outbound, it could be anything. For me, for other clients, it's a purchase event, it's a form submit, a contact us button click, a telephone button click, an email us now button click, a chat widget opener. They click something in the heading, about us page, whatever. You can trigger an event for just about anything. The dope thing isn't that you can trigger the event. The best part of it literally can be anything. The best part of it is the parameter values that you can attach to it to explain that person, that visitor, and what they're trying to do. And so that's kind of, where I'll stop it. Um, Understand that insight, being able to then assign people to different places inside of um, GA4. Now you put yourself into a position to where, okay, it matters for me to track because I can see the Calendly, I can see the video ads submitted, I can see the organic social, I can see some other things, generate lead event. You can create audiences based on all this. What is this? This seems new. Data export, that's dope. Shoot that over to BigQuery or just upload it somewhere. So you can create a custom audience based on any event that you can think about tracking. These are some events that are already in there, but I could then go create custom events. I can dig in further. I can make it a conversion event. There's so much that you can do. I can make it based on their source medium. So if we say the medium contains, I don't know, paid, I only want people who I've paid money to get in front of, and they have to have clicked on the next step button, and they have to have, um, I don't know, uh, user, they have to have signed in with the user ID, and they have to have uh, been in a certain city, or they clicked on a certain link URL, and that link URL includes, um, I don't know, man, uh, any of this. Instagram, I don't know. I'm running out of ideas. But yes, so this is pretty simple. And then I can add parameters um, to the next step situation. So if I add some parameters in here, you'll be able to see them to specify even further. And then I can create not only how long they'll be a member before they fall out, but also if I want to shoot over a trigger that signifies when someone becomes part of that group. So if they become part of that group, they become a VIP or something. Let's say that. If I have this trigger working, the audience trigger working, I'm going to see an event inside of GA4 exactly when that moment happens. That could be really good if you have like a sales team where you need to make phone calls as soon as the loan is approved, as soon as especially in the finance field, yeah. As soon as something related to approval is happens on the site, you could then make this event hit. And when that event hits, you can make it so that someone's phone, they get a message on their phone, or they receive an email that says, hey, you need to make a phone call to this person, whatever. Anyways, I feel like I'm talking a lot. I love this stuff, and I appreciate you guys listening. I'm going to kind of dig in and learn a little bit more about what I need to be doing to stream a little bit better. But also, I'm going to just keep on working on some stuff here, And I want to make sure that you guys can see that this route is available, and there's a couple different ways to play it. For me, right now, it's mostly about being able to consistently get this content out and kind of do it in a way that's interesting enough for people to be like, oh, damn, I didn't realize that. And then me be able to, um, ultimately capitalize off of my knowledge and what I understand about how tracking works with GA4. But there's a lot of different
Create
angles
or
and
modify
plays here.
conversion events. Google Analytics 4 properties now have filter components and other complementary features to improve data quality. One of the new features is Modify Events, which allows users to fix tagging issues by renaming or deleting events and
This is really
parameters
dope
directly within the
because
GA4.
so this is the dopest because this is my actual desktop when I was modifying an event and showing an example. Uh, I have been really shy about live streaming and creating this stuff because it is a little daunting. Um, when you're first getting started, everybody has like this imposter syndrome thing going on, and you don't know how much you know, and you don't really feel like you're an expert or whatever. And when I started going through this exercise of needing to create assets to fill in these little blurbs, and I realized that I could quickly and
One of the
easily
new
go
features
directly
is Modify
to
Events, which allows
whatever we're talking about and get it done. I started to have
you
more
can also make
confidence
changes to
just
additional event parameters at the same time.
in the skills that I've, displayed, but also just figuring out how to format this. Like, how do I format this so it looks decent? I can't because I did a screen share. So now I need to kind of figure out how to make this happen where it looks decent and get it into portrait mode. And I think I'm just going to have to, can't do it on the phone. I don't know if anybody's used Google Analytics for their phone, but it's pretty rough. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go for this one. Cue this up real quick. I don't really feel any kind of way about yeah, I don't really feel any kind of way about branding super heavily. I think my branding can, happen in a couple of different ways. I need to watch this. I've been bullshitting about it. When your events don't show up in reports, that's happened to everybody. I think I just kind of fought my way through that one and figured it out. Some stuff's worth figuring out that way, some stuff's definitely not. There's other people out there who can help you out. Okay, yep. I'm going to upload the fleeky as soon as this exports. And keep in mind, I know this isn't like the best version of this video. I'm tired of trying to wait on being up to my standards in order to post. I realize that content is minimal on these subject matters inside of YouTube, and the general knowledge around it isn't very high. So if I go hard enough and get in front of enough people, I'm gonna find, you know, who I need to. I'll just call it GA4 benefits. How about that? Since everybody wants to badmouth GA4 so bad. Live stream. Oh, that's not live stream. This is basics. Make sure this gets everywhere. Make sure I remove any SEO related stuff. So y'all might know that I started in SEO, and so nowadays I have to be very careful about that.
Create or modify conversion
I'm
events.
looking out the window,
Google
looking
Analytics 4 properties now have
like I'm about to
components
sing an
or
R&B
complementary
song.
features to improve data
It's pretty
quality.
great.
One of the new features, tagging, modify modification. Also make change modification. All changes only work. Debugging allows you to see your event modifications as you deploy, test them. All changes only work moving forward and will not fix any of the data that has already been collected.
All right, that's cool. These are fun. It's kind of like proof of concept over and over and over and over. How do I get into that, you know? Um, I'm going to go ahead and post this later today. Let's go 8:45 is fine. That's kind of cool. Yeah, maybe when channel gets bigger, I'll try some shit like that. A live chat discussion of a piece of content I just posted. That's pretty nice, man. So I don't get like huge numbers on any of this stuff, man. I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. I was hoping that I could. We got shorts remixing too. That's good. I just want to use all the features. Want to use all the features, figure out what works here, and kind of go that direction. Um, yeah, I don't know if any of this is going to work, but hey, I at least got a couple things up my sleeve to kind of experiment with. I feel very blessed to be on this journey now. I get to essentially play around and learn. Um,
In this lesson, we're going to talk about UTM tools and how you can
about
generate
something that I
UTM
actually
links
care about, which
automatically.
is
And there are different options for you. So you could obviously go the manual route,
real
which is
crazy,
like
right?
a one-off route where you might just utilize a website to generate this link if you don't want to rely on your skills of the manual one. Then we'll talk about dynamic methods inside of marketing tools to do so, a budget-friendly option that we have come up with here at Measure School to keep track and generate your UTM links, and then a semi-automated way with help of paid tools that you can get
Video
access
speed
to,
controller to the rescue. I click on the video
which
and
are very well
click
suited, especially for
D
B2B
on my
options. So
keyboard
let's
and
look
just
into the
speed
manual route.
up.
For example, you could go ahead and say we're looking at measureschool.com, and then we do a question mark and UTM medium
It's great.
equals CPC and UTM source equals Facebook, and that might be a link. Obviously, I would need to also have a UTM campaign. All of this in a link, quickly code it from my side.
And I got
But the
templates
obvious
for
concept
it.
is that I would need to write it up myself. I need to know the rules very specifically. I need to make no mistakes here, and I need to let all of my colleagues also know that we use this UTM and this structure for our campaign, so they reuse this as well if they are running something on Facebook, for example. Okay, for if you know what you're doing and just want to create a link, a little bit easier method is to use a UTM link builder. So there are tools out there. You can Google for them, but there's also an official one by Google where you can enter your website URL, and here you would put in your campaign ID, for example, and your source, medium, and name, and then if you want to put term and content in there, and it will generate your UTM URL for you that you can copy and put into your tool.
That's
Then
the
we
one I
use shorten them
use
here, which
to
is another
use.
extra step that you could take. There are many of these UTM builders out there, really well used when you just have one link that you want to do. Obviously, it would get quite cumbersome if you have to generate many UTM links. And then also, the other thing is that these tools don't do, and the manual doesn't do, is to actually keep track of them so you know what you have used and if there's any kind of structure to your UTM creation. So one of the first
So
tools
I'm
that
going
you
to
can
speed
use
this
to
up.
automate it yourself inside of Medium is always CPC.
This is
So
the
you can insert the
best
retarget on display, and this is all
example. You can put in just your website's name and then your source, your medium, your campaign, your content, and all eight metrics for parameters, really, UTM parameters can be included, and you can pre-select what people are able to choose based on what credentials they have. So if they're in the marketing department, they can only mess with, email versus CPC versus display versus whatever else. And if they're in a different department and they don't have clearance for those types of decisions or those choices, then they won't even have to add that, right? Um, what's really interesting, that's kind of whatever, but what's the most interesting about this idea is you can have one place where for a fact people can't screw up what they put their input into that UTM parameter. The biggest issue in the past has been people having, 20 different people have 20 different UTM parameter values. And then when it gets to the report, you might have put emails, somebody else might have put emails, another person might have put newsletter, another person might have said uh, email blast. I don't know, whatever. They could all really be meaning the same exact traffic source. They just named it differently. This kind of prevents this, and it also shows it all in one place
all built in,
so that
you
you
can create
can
custom, and we'll create a link
really
behind it
see
inside of the UTMs that needs to be streamlined. You can put it into the tools itself. So check out Express UTM Builder. We actually have a discount in the membership for you.
one
Link in the
spot
description.
and
And
how it's
I think
performing.
UTM.io is a great
It's
website
really dope.
you can try out. So I hope this gives you a good overview
So
of
we're
UTM
using
marketing.
UTM.io.
TikTok
I'm
marketing
gonna get in
and
there
the
and play
display
around with it.
utilized here into you have
I've
also
been
ad
kind of
blocks
slow
to
rolling it
make
because the client hasn't given me the go ahead just yet. But this is kind of the preparation stage. This is what it looks like. I am going to do an audit. I don't think I'm going to do it on live stream, but I'm going to audit a potential client's website
In this lesson, we're going to talk about
and get that
UTM
over to him,
skills, how you can utilize your UTM
to her.
skills now for different marketing campaigns. And to give this a little bit structure, I would follow these questions in order to find out more what you actually want to do and prepare them correctly. So first of all, what are the landing pages where you want to send the user on your website once he clicks on the link? Then the next question would be, what are the actual links? Where are they coming from? Are they coming from Facebook? How many of these links do you need and have? And that might correspond to the
This
content that
one,
you have.
what
So just
questions
answer
might I
how
need to
many
answer?
links do you actually need to generate? Or is it all
And
the
how
same?
can I group
And
my
very important,
campaign?
what questions do I want to answer later on in my analytics? Do I just want to know where the user came from, so the specific website, or do I actually want to know what ad he has clicked on or which campaign he has gone through? And am I able to distinguish different